a check. I live in St. Joe County. Mr. Botich, I'd like to have you refrain from answering this question. Mr. Fox, would you tell us what amount of money currently in the St. Joseph County budget is allocated for the Sheriff's Department?
I don't know the exact figures. It was, I think the last budget was $10 million. I know that there was a large decrease in the budget, about $400,000. I think you can decrease it more. Other counties have increased larger degrees in that. Lake County and Elkhart County, where I'm a deputy prosecutor, have decreased to a larger extent, but I don't know the exact numbers of the budget.
So you don't know?
No.
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 Mr. Cappers, do you know the number?
Again, I don't know the exact number. It's right around $10 million is the past, what we've been told administration.
By the administration or by Mr. Fox?
Through administration.
Okay. Mr. Diggins, what's the amount of budget for the Sheriff's Department?
Last time I checked, I did some research on it, and I didn't remember seeing what it was almost, it was, when I read it was up, it said 20 million.
20 million?
Right.
Okay, thank you. Mike, Mr. Grzegorek, I'm sorry.
Yes, great. Same question, I'm guessing.
Same question.
Actually, I think our budget is right at $13 million. And I wouldn't go off to say that we need to cut that any more drastically than we've already been cut. We've cut pretty much every year now for the last several years. And until we can get the officers that we need to keep all these people safe, we're going to have to look at that budget very hard and make sure that the money's being spent wisely, and that we have enough money to run the budget.
Mr. Forsythe, the number.
I believe the budgets operate on two different programs, the county jail and the police department itself, in two separate ways they figured that out. I believe that the $9.2 million is for the county police, and there's a little over $4.3 million, I think, was at the county jail level for a little while, $13 million.
Mr. Miller. Same question.
Same.
Dollar amount.
Dollar amount between 12 million and 13 million, sir.
12 to 13 million?
Yes, sir.
That would be your number?
Yes.
Mr. Botich, you've indicated you've worked on the budgetary committee and so forth. What is the actual amount of money budgeted by the county for the jail?
$13 million.
$13 million? Thank you.
All right, next question.
Yes, hello, my name is Erskine Jones. I'm pastor of Sweet Home Ministries and a member of the Interdenominational Ministers Alliance. At one of our last meetings, we were concerned about what's going on in the jail, and I've heard you all talk about the present administration. I'm not sure if you all are the present administration, but with the cover-up that's been going on with the pepperball stuff and the deaths in the jail, what do you plan on doing about the current administration if you are or aren't a member of the current administration? I do believe the paper said that the current sheriff said it was he had to tell a white lie. And I don't know if that's a good representation of what we need for our community, especially with the way that the community is feeling about the police officers. So what do you plan on changing if you know what's going on in there? Are you, maybe I should ask them, are you the current administration? I'm not sure what your positions are.
I'm John Botich, and I am part of current administration, Assistant Chief Frank Kennedy. You want to address the pepperball incident first?
Yes, sir, that's fine.
I can do that. Did it take too long? I'll be the first one to admit that it took too long. Why it took too long was on the advice of our attorney, Howard Williams, not to release stuff until he was ready to go. I myself talked to Sheriff Kent Ricky about it, and I said, hey, you know what? There's not anything there. Why should we cover anything up? There's nothing to be covered up. I can't go into a lot of details because the state police is still doing the investigation on that. But we had members of the Tribune come down there, Mr. Harmon, Virginia Black, Chris Benninghoff, and we put the whole thing out to exactly the way it happened. And I think you saw the editorials that they had in there. I think it was surprising to them. I think they were actually expecting a little bit more than what we got. As far as deaths in the jails, the county jail averages 650 people a day. We've had as many as 740 in there at one time. It's a community of itself. Are you going to have deaths in jail? Sure you are. Are you going to have suicide attempts? Yes, you are. We've done a lot of training in there, which we train every other Wednesday in there. We've stopped approximately 22 suicide attempts in that jail within the last 3 years. So we do have people. Do we need more training? Sure, we need more training. Do we have programs in there? I know a couple of the candidates related to trying to help the individuals once they're locked up in there. We have a system in place under Chaplain Steve Coyle. I'm sure you're familiar with him.
Yes.
He does 70 services a month in there from all different capacities around, all different ministers come in, 70. They've turned over in the last, I think, 4 or 5 years, 200 individuals that were in fact convicted felons that have now joined the ministry and have also found a place in life where they have their own home, they have their own job, and it all goes through the churches. The churches are coming in, they're volunteering to take these people under their wing and make them citizens of the county.
Thank you, Mr. Rhodes. Did any of the other gentlemen want to answer the question?
I am a captain in the county police department. I would be considered an administrative employee. I am not part of the administration as far as the running of the daily operations of the police department. I am in charge of running the daily operations of the Metro Homicide Unit, the Metro SWAT team, and I'm also in charge of our sheriff's posse. And speaking about the pepper ball incident, I'm not going to go into any details. For one thing, I don't have all of that information, the same as you all don't have all of that information. I know that there is an ongoing investigation through the Indiana State Police, and that we don't need to talk about that because we don't want to jeopardize that investigation with whatever they've got going. Do I think it took too long for the information to get to the public that there was an investigation going on and what the basis of that was? Absolutely. I think we have to be open with our citizens and let them know what is going on. As far as the jail deaths, I can speak on that intelligently because I've handled both of the 2 past jail deaths, and that is going to happen. We have been extremely fortunate in this county that our mortality rate in the jail is as low as it is. Throughout the country, if you look, there are many more deaths in other jails and counties our sizes throughout the state, throughout the country, than there is here. You're going to have deaths in the jail. We have sick people coming in there. We have people that have drug problems, that are going to go through withdrawals. The first jail death that we had recently, the gentleman was on kidney dialysis and was refusing any cooperation that the county tried to give them. We can't force someone to do something that they don't want to do. As far as the second individual, drugs were found on her when she was admitted into the jail. There were more drugs deep inside of her that would have not been able to be found by the jail staff. Now, are there things that we could do and plans we could put in place to look for that or to take them to the hospital for, say, a digital exam or some sort of an x-ray? We could. It's going to be an extreme cost to the county. We've already got problems with the medical bills that the county has to endure through the state. They just passed another bill, which I believe is Bill 1001, is that correct? Bill 1001, probably Bill 1182, where anybody that's in custody, whether a Southland police officer, Mishawaka police officer, New Carlisle, it doesn't matter. Once they have them in their custody and they take them for any type of services at a hospital, for any medical facilities, or any medical facilities, the county is now being charged for that. Not the individual, the police department that has them. The state now says that the county has to pay for them. And we have a huge bill for medical. And we're going to, because we have to, according to the state, we have to assume the responsibility for those individuals that have no insurance or anything like that. So we're going to have to find a way to protect these people. But if they don't help themselves also, there's no way we can help them.